Ayanokōji Kiyotaka, the quiet, unassuming student of Classroom of the Elite, is one of anime's most intellectually complex and psychologically layered protagonists. Beneath his calm eyes and emotionless demeanor lies a mind engineered for perfection, a soul sculpted by manipulation, and a heart that hides deeper wounds than he lets on. To understand Ayanokoji is to peer into the paradox of human potential, how genius and trauma can coexist in one perfectly crafted machine of reason. Ayanokoji was not born in a home, nor raised in a family. He was created, nurtured, trained, and molded in a facility known as the White Room, an experimental institute designed by his father, Professor Ayanokoji, to produce the perfect human. The children there were stripped of emotion, individuality, and personal will. Their existence was reduced to competition, survival, and excellence. His early life was nothing short of psychological warfare. Every moment was an examination, every interaction a test of intelligence or resilience. The White Room's philosophy was that emotion was a flaw and attachment was weakness. Children who failed to meet impossible expectations were discarded, mentally broken or left behind. This sterile and inhuman upbringing destroyed any sense of warmth or belonging within Kiyotaka. He learned early that kindness had no currency, and that survival depended on silence, calculation, and control. The absence of family affection and his father's obsession with superiority instilled in him a profound detachment from the world, an emotional void that defines his character. In a cultural sense, Ayanokoji's world reflects the hyper-competitive, perfectionist nature of modern Japanese education and society. The White Room is a dystopian metaphor for a world obsessed with results, where humanity itself becomes the cost of success. Ayanokoji's motivation is shrouded in ambiguity, even to himself. On the surface, he appears indifferent to status, recognition, or emotion. But beneath that calm, there's an undercurrent of rebellion, a subtle yearning to escape his father's control and prove that his life belongs to him, not to the system that created him. He claims to seek a normal life, yet his actions betray an unrelenting instinct to manipulate, strategize, and dominate. His core desire is freedom, not physical but psychological. He wishes to live on his own terms, not as a tool or experiment. Yet his conditioning prevents him from fully understanding human connection, making his pursuit of freedom tragically ironic. He does not chase power, fame, or love. He chases understanding, the elusive meaning of being human. Every choice he makes is a quiet experiment in self-awareness. Ayanokoji is a paradox in motion, calm but ruthless, intelligent but emotionally detached, gentle in tone but terrifying in execution. He is analytical to the extreme, often dissecting people's behavior with surgical precision. Yet, he rarely acts out of malice. Rather, he sees manipulation as a tool for equilibrium, a way to maintain order and achieve results without unnecessary conflict. His emotional intelligence is exceptional, but his empathy is selective. He can read others perfectly, but struggles to feel genuine emotion himself. The trauma of the White Room conditioned him to suppress all feelings, joy, fear, love, or anger. What remains is a hollow brilliance that both attracts and isolates him. He often presents himself as a passive observer, but in reality, he orchestrates outcomes from the shadows. His coldness is not cruelty, it's survival. Deep down, Ayanokoji is still the child trying to navigate a world that never taught him how to be human. In Classroom of the Elite, Ayanokoji serves as the anti-hero and psychological center of the narrative. He is not the protagonist who seeks justice or friendship. He is the invisible hand that shapes every event, every success, and every downfall. His purpose in the story is twofold: to challenge the illusion of equality in the school's meritocratic system, and to explore the moral cost of genius and control. The story itself mirrors his inner conflict, a world that rewards manipulation disguised as merit. Throughout the series, Ayanokoji evolves subtly. He begins as a detached observer, but gradually starts to understand the value of companionship, even if he cannot express it. His interactions with classmates like Susan Horikita and Karuizawa push him toward a quiet, reluctant humanity that Ayanokoji's primary ability is his unparalleled intelligence and psychological manipulation. His mind functions like a supercomputer, analyzing body language, tone, emotion, and motive with frightening precision. He excels in strategy, combat, and academics, yet he rarely shows off his power unless necessary. Symbolically, his abilities represent human potential stripped of emotion, the idea that perfection without empathy is emptiness. His physical prowess mirrors his inner control. He fights with efficiency and precision, never wasting movement or energy. Even his calm voice and steady gaze symbolize his mastery over self, the illusion of control masking an internal void. In many ways, Ayanokoji is a living paradox. The most powerful student who desires invisibility, the most intelligent mind that questions its own humanity. Despite his detachment, Ayanokoji's relationships reveal the slow awakening of his human side. Susan Horikita acts as both mirror and foil. Ambitious, logical, and socially awkward, she reflects the version of Ayanokoji that still believes in merit and order. Through her, he learns the faint beginnings of trust and mutual reliance. Karuizawa represents his emotional awakening. Initially, he manipulates her as a pawn, but their bond deepens into something more nuanced, a fragile, almost unspoken affection built on shared trauma. She becomes the first person he protects, not for utility, but for something that resembles care. Manabu Horikita, the school's top student, respects Ayanokoji's brilliance and challenges him intellectually. Their rivalry exposes Ayanokoji's hidden strength and his fear of becoming like his father, a god among humans, but emotionally dead. Each relationship serves as a lens through which Ayanokoji's humanity flickers. Faint but persistent, Ayanokoji's greatest battle is internal, between the machine he was made to be and the person he wants to become. His external conflicts with rivals, the school system, and his father are reflections of this deeper struggle. The White Room and his father's reappearance constantly threaten to pull him back into the void of control and perfection. Yet, every human connection he forms challenges that conditioning. He begins to question whether intelligence without empathy is truly strength. By the current progression of the story, Ayanokoji hasn't found peace, but he's evolving. His transformation is subtle, psychological, and incomplete, a slow thaw of the frozen heart. Ayanokoji is more than a character. He is a symbol of modern alienation and the cost of perfection. He embodies the question, what happens when you remove humanity from genius? His existence challenges the anime's viewers to rethink concepts of success, morality, and identity. He represents both the danger of emotional suppression and the tragedy of extreme intellect. His journey reflects a universal theme, the search for meaning in a system that values achievement over humanity. In the grand narrative, Ayanokoji is the mirror held up to society's obsession with excellence, asking silently, at what cost? To write Ayanokoji effectively is to capture tension, the contrast between the calm surface and the chaos underneath. Every word he speaks carries double meaning. Every smile conceals calculation. His silence is louder than dialogue, his stillness more violent than action. He's the kind of character who says, I don't intend to win, I just don't intend to lose. That single line captures his essence. Not a hero, not a villain, but a shadow walking between both. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji remains one of anime's most fascinating enigmas, a character defined by his contradictions. He is a creation of brilliance and trauma, a mind sharper than any weapon, yet bound by invisible emotional chains. His story is not about power or victory. It is about the search for humanity within the ruins of control. As Classroom of the Elite continues, Ayanokoji's quiet journey towards self-awareness stands as a haunting reflection of the modern human condition, intelligent, ambitious, but yearning for something as simple as the right to feel.